Okay, today is 226, and I'm just going to run through the things we did on yesterday's lesson so you can look at them and listen to them one more time. Um, we worked on all of our sevenths chords: C, E7, A7, D7, G7 to play 5 foot 2, and playing the boom chucks, or let's just play the downstrokes. 5 foot 2, eyes are blue. E7, A, what those 5 feet could do. D7, in a G7, seen my gal. Turned up toes, turned down hose. Never had no other beaux. Has anybody seen my gal? There's the bridge goes to E7. If you run into a 5 foot 2 A covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, you can bet your life it isn't her. But could she love? Could she woo? Could she goo? Has anybody seen my gal? Which, if we did them as boom chuck, it would be boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck. 5 foot 2, eyes are blue. Oh, what those 5 feet could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up toes, turned down hose. Never had no other beaux. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into a 5 foot 2 covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, you can bet your life it isn't her. But could she love? Could she woo? Could she goo? Has anybody seen my gal? Somehow I lost my tuning, but play through that one. Has boom chucks. And as I said, we're gonna work on the B flat chord, which is gonna be our first closed chord. It's 3, 2, 1, 1. And a closed chord means we cover all of the strings with our fingers. It's a closed chord, and it's also movable because this shape can be moved up and down the neck to make other chords. So this is our B flat. Eventually will become our B and our C chord. So you make that shape and move it up 2, and that's our C. That's kind of where we're going with this. So we practiced our changes on the F to B flat, C to F, on the 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A, B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we did them on the 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then where we're going with this, the B flat is the 4 chord when you play in the key of F, but in bluegrass and old time, they don't play a lot of B flats, but we play a lot of C's. And so now we're going to think about playing our F, 2, 3, 4, our B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to slide this B flat up 2 frets to make our C, F. So let's play that on the 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B flat, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. F, 1, 4, 5, 6. So practice that, and because what we want to do is we want to be able to get to this shape, make a C chord. And then what I want us to do is to think about every time we see a C for the next several weeks, just play that C instead of that C. So you're playing my home, 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 home's across the blue. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. Home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. Home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. Gee, I never expect to see you anymore. And that sounds different than, but it's the same thing as my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. So play that C. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's. So kind of work on that C. When you're playing in the key of C, play that one there. When you're playing in the key of F, play that C for the 5 chord. When you're playing in the key of G, you're my sunshine, my only sunshine. You need a C. You can play that C, happy, or you can play this one, happy when skies are gray. So every time you see a C, try to play that C chord there, so it'll be easy to have either one in our hands. So this C is equal to this C. And then I want to review our strums and where we're going with our strums. We've played our changes. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy. We did the straight down. Home's across the, and then we've played the boom chuck. Boom chuck. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. That's our 4-finger C. Boom chuck, boom chuck. And that is kind of the guitar sound that the ukuleles will imitate. And then the one we just talked about right at the end that we're going to practice on this, and then we'll move to the next one, is we're going to do a down-up stroke. So we're going to go down, and I'm just using my index finger here. Down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. Or you can use your thumb. Home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home. And those are all steady, just down and up. Or you can go down with the back of your nail on your index or middle finger and back with your thumb, which is what we're eventually going to end when we're going to move to when we play mandolinish stuff. So it's going to go down with the with the middle finger, nail, and back with the thumb. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home across the Blue Ridge Mountain. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So practice that, and then next week we're going to talk about hitting the number 2 harder. So it sounds like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2, which kind of sounds ringy there, but when we do it with that closed position, it'll sound like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So So that's where we're going to be at the end of next week, is being able to play that and make those changes, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And then we're going to talk about some more things. And finally, this is a long deal, I'm sorry. We've talked about several endings, and I'm going to put them on the tape for you one more time. The first one was a shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Shave, a haircut, 2, a shave, and we have that written out on those notes before. The next one we learned was a yodel ending that starts on the 7th fret, on the 3rd and the 1st strings. So it goes 3 1 3 1 3 1 3. Okay, so middle string, the 1st string, the middle string, then the middle string, 1st string, middle string. I mean the 3rd string, 1st string. So. All right, and then the one we talked about yesterday is what I'm going to call a short yodel, and it sounds like this. So that is 2nd string, 3rd fret, 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, and then move that 2nd string down a half step, move it down one more half step, and then open on the 2nd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, open on the 1st string, and 3rd fret on the 1st string. So that's one we did yesterday. And then next week we'll talk about this one, but I'll put it on the video so we can just talk about it next time. And I call this one a fancy shave and a haircut. And it sounds like and that uses a couple of slides in it. So shave and a haircut, but this is going shave and a haircut, 2 bits. So it's just this, shave and a haircut, 2 bits. And then the last thing I was going to put on this tape was an Arkansas Traveler ending. Goes. Which is the last line of Arkansas Traveler. And we'll talk about that in 2 weeks. But it starts on that 3rd fret, down, then 3rd fret on 2nd string, 3rd fret, and I'll write that out for you. So those are 5 little endings we're working on. We've done great on all the chords, all the major chords we're going to need, and we're learning that closed position on the C that we want to use for everything. And next week we will work towards getting that mandolin chop. We're pretty good on that boom chuck, guitar chop. Now we're going to work on that mandolin chop, which is going to sound like... Going up Crip Creek, going on a run, going up Crip Creek, have a little fun. Going up Crip Creek, going in a whirl, going up Crip Creek, you're my girl. Going up Crip Creek, going in a run, going up Crip Creek, have a little fun. Going up Crip Creek, going in a run, going up Crip Creek. So that's where we're going with that, is to be able to help the mandolin part, get that driving deal. All right, thanks. God bless you guys. Have been great students. It's been fun, and we'll see you next Thursday.